it is a world at war in this episode of Tezalovic. It had been ongoing since the previous episode. I mean, there was a Sunni jihad for Jerusalem, which no Christian nation, not even I, came to help. But the previous ruler, Stana the Hammer, held off against all odds. And that's why she was called the Hammer. And she had recently passed, last year, natural death. And Jerusalem is now ran by my nephew, King Bogasha of Jerusalem, who is in a matrilineal marriage with my daughter. That's right, my nephew is married to my daughter. They've already had a couple of grandchildren, see? None of them born inbred. Well, everything is fine. And because of this, you know, Petra's the heir, and she's in her 40s already. Nicola, well, I hope he had a lot of problems. Good man, but he's dull, and I don't like dull. But I'll tell you what, she ain't gonna be dull. And it's guaranteed she will get diligent. And since it's a martial education, and I don't have a martial education, so just assign her a guardian. Real quick, okay? My dad will just take care of her for about a few months when she turns 16 on the 25th of November later this year. Now, on a more important business. This bloody war. The Bosnian Holy Roman Great Conquest of France. It started in 1138. It's been going on for 7 years and 5 months, and it's still not over. We have 75% on the battles and 100% on occupation, but this is not over. The reason for that is Emperor Bernard the Wise still controls France, which is the real target, and all that fighting was done down in Burgundy and Carinthian Aquitaine fronts. And there was a brief fight in Italy, and they briefly occupied Pazen in Istria. So it happened early on. Sardinia and Corsica is our only ally, because we were thinking about Romania, but they don't have much of children, and I consider their realm to be unstable. Soon going to the Baron. Jerusalem would not accept the Cultural Bonds Alliance because of political concerns. Which doesn't really matter anyway, because I know sooner or later, and yes, Jerusalem holds this part of Egypt, where Jerusalem will be incorporated into the Bosnian Empire. But how long will I personally hold it? Well, that remains in question, but for me, right now, the real importance... oh yes, and the Zakuans control these parts of what was part of the Byzantine Empire. So they made a comeback. And we've been dealing a lot of trials and tribulations for Katharina, the Sword of Jesus. And we've decided that, look, if we need to end this war, and I'm sure Katharina, once she steps foot in Santiago, which is the southernmost province of the de jure part of France, that she will say that she has come to end this war. So we'll march through over here. Our army, which had suffered a defeat from the first battle of Orange, which took a bit of a pounding, before we came back and avenged them. So yes, that's us. And the Sardinians and Corsicans were with us. In which I told Sardinia and Corsica to now back up the Emperor Yaroslav's army, whereas they will recover to reinforce on this enclave here, as we'll head to Santiago and begin siege here. And speaking of siege, we have the military advances, so let's up the siege equipment, because apparently this war has to be won by sieges, and we're going to need the Avar over here. Zog, the second of Pex. He's a siege leader. He knows what he's doing. He may be a craven, but it's alright. You don't need to fight in the front. We just need your besieging skills. And skills is what this army is lacking. So, I've invited for some foreign volunteers to be here shortly. And yes, there's a defensive pact against me due to the expansion. So I've hired some, what I believe to be some able-bodied men and women to come be the new commanders of the Bosnian army, as we'll be replacing some of the old ones. We replaced one of the commanders just before the recording to be the new marshal, because we need somebody high-skilled. And we'll replace them. I mean, our marshal had I can show you. He's the king of Khan of Poland. He's both heavy infantry leader and cavalry leader. So we need someone to replace. And we found our own organizer. And she's going to be one of the very first. Well, earlier there was Petra, but she went off to Jerusalem. One of the first female commanders. And this Saxon woman here, our organizer, we need her to get the troops moving. Brought a Frenchman here to be the defender. Oh, and this Avanthia, she may not have the leadership traits, but she is a giant. This character was born a giant. While imposing, this character suffers from significant health problems and is likely to die young. Well, she's 41, and that's because she's brawny and escalating gigantism. This character is suffering from significant health problems, though a thicker skin and deeper, booming voice does come with advantages in combat. So in other words, this woman we brought here, she's an Amazon, as some who know Greek mythology would view Avanthia that. Yeah, put her in the front line and maybe this will scare the French out of them. Again, most of the army of the Holy Roman Empire is of French origin. And of all the people that I've invited to court and become commanders, out of everyone in Europe that is available, this young woman who's from the Rykovich dynasty, she's a cavalry leader, which will replace the old Polish Bulgar marshal. She's a Voni, a homosexual, so that means she kind of views me, well, highly, but again, I'm too old for him to be attracted to me like that. And I believe that's it. What we hired, again, any able-bodied men and women. So we'll be replacing some right now. We'll have our cavalry leader in Nivina. There she wears that headgear now. Serbs wear that too. And you're the dirt worst because of the lowest martial skill. Replace it with the organizer. And there's her. Who else? Us. Bishop of Srebrenica will be replaced by the giant of a woman who's from somewhere in the Byzantine Empire, which Lord knows that someone questioned, where did you find this big woman? And I'm like, well, we were just basically put help wanted, serve in the Bosnian army. It's now a volunteer army. And when we get into defensive battles, we have Yaroslav and Hile. Is that how you pronounce that French first name? And yes, he's from one of the counties of the Holy Roman Empire, so it seems he doesn't mind. You know where your loyalties lie. So now, get the Saxon and get these troops moving. I'll just sit back for a while. And waiting for my pending death. And speaking of death, did you see that? Empress passed differently. Oh, I know that guy. He's the flanker. Although he doesn't have a flanker trait, but he's a master of flank terrain and the cavalry. He's the guy that holds the line the best. Although he may be terrible in personal combat, and he has apparently a fearful vision, which also makes he's a member of the Hermetic Society. And his wife is the Queen of Carinthia. And he has the sword from heaven, which that's been inherited a few times. No, just a few minor people, and now he owns it. His army's over at Bar. Not Bar Montenegro, not Bar Sinagora, but Bar France, Luxembourg. The digital part of Upper Lorraine. Okay. Just want to be specific. So just wait for this army to be recovered to be a legitimate fighting force. We're just gonna move our army, thanks to the Saxon, to move this big body of troops over here and begin the siege. And of course, we'll encounter little resistance. That's from raiders. Uh-oh. So I'll have the river cross. What terrain is this? It's forest. Forest. Yaroslav, you have the rough terrain expert. Yes, you'll do well in forests, matter of fact. Yeah, my old husband. We've been married for a long, long time. He has a battlefield experience and he has duel experience. Which he's killed Boru, which... that was a long time ago. That was during the Civil War era. Yeah, it was. Okay. We need those two defenders over here. I mean, Yaroslav will remain in the center. Guess, they will be there. Should it be Bohemia? Or her? Or the giant, you know, as an approver herself. Again, she's got very high combat skills. She ever gets in a duel, I think we should let that giant fight. Even though they do have a huge number of reinforcements. Again, this is the Grand Army. The Grand Army. They will suffer a river crossing penalty, and we're going to fight better in force. And Sardinia will back up this army. I'm not going to be there. I just want my husband, the giant, and the defending Frenchman to fight bravely. The Great Holy War fails. The All-Father, it seems, does not favor the pagan faithful. After a string of defeats and setbacks, the Felkevang called off the Great Holy War for Sumy against King Liev of Sumy. Well, if one remembers about the experience in fighting in Finnish land, it can get you in a lot of trouble. What has he got? Oh, another defender. Should we keep the giant on the front or get another defender? I don't know, is there room? Not really. We'll think about it. If she gets killed or any of our commanders get killed or passed on, we'll replace them with Boric, who just arrived. Not at the front, but you know what I mean. So again, the Avar is here. He's going to speed up the siege a bit. Well, meanwhile, defend with your lives. My daughter is here. He got assassinated. Well, welcome back, I suppose. You're not suited for the front. Again, I'm just saying, every able-bodied men and women available. So, let it happen. We'll just pay attention to the tactics right now. Shield wall, the rest, that's what they have. Calling shield wall again, Sardinians are here. Volley, volley. Yeah, the giants here. And the other two are commanders of Sardinia. They believe they have the job. I think we should have put that other defender in that flank, because it doesn't appear she's holding her side of the army as well. Charge of opportunity. Overwhelming charge. Which, you know, honestly, we have more heavy infantry than with cavalry. That isn't going to work. Nope. Plus reinforcements moved in. Before the incident, I had no trouble with men, but now they cringe at my approach. I know that my face is a hideous thing to behold, yet every time it hurts just as bad as first. I've heard an artesian mask maker who crafts the most beautiful masks. Maybe she can help me. Yeah, I got money. A golden mask will surely impress the lords. Just up the sex appeal a bit. We should have brought Borich in. Just take one holding and then we're gonna go over there. Katerina. Your granddaughter. She got cavalry leader. Brilliant strategist. Excellent. If one of our commanders get killed in action, you'll be a potential replacement. We're going. My grandson, Prince Nicola, has requested to join the Knights Hospitalier in their struggle against the infidel, even though this would forever disinherit him. Is that right? It'll be through Petra and Nicola. Matter of fact, in turn, the succession lines goes like this. It's going to be through Petra, and through Petra, Katerina. You know what? Go with my blessing. Again, he's still the heir to the kingdom of Jerusalem, just not the empire. And he's taken a vow of celibacy. Okay. Yeah, you have fun over there, but remember, you're still betrothed to Sardinia. I guess you can link up with us. We'll just take this one holding and we shall avenge him. My husband died of cancer. Yeah, he may have failed on the defense, but... Where's the other defender? Borich. You're now in. I'm sorry you didn't do well in the defense. But, as far as martial skills concerned, I mean, we already have a cavalry leader, so don't get Katerina anywhere near the front line. Not talking about myself, I'm talking about my granddaughter. Which, who knows, one day maybe she'll be Katerina II. And wait for this other army to reunite, and we shall fight. Wait a minute! Ding, 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 it's over. It's all over. This bloody conflict is over. Yeah, we've taken that loss in vain, but we've actually achieved that at just one holding in France, anywhere in the de jure part of France. This territory, including a bit of England, will go to the Bosnian Empire, but personally, I do not want to hold that. My original intention for that war entirely is to pick a big piece off of the HRE to try to weaken them. Because it's, to me, becoming an eyesore to see them as being a superpower of Europe. Well, superpower no more. 7 years and 9 months. The longest war that I've ever been taking part of is finally over. Katerina, the sword of Jesus, had survived the Civil War, survived the Crusade, and survived the Great Conquest. Even though she had to go home early in the war. She quit the front. But now, we got France. And not just this part here, but all the other little enclaves to go along with it. Punch, of course, it's way too much for me to hold. Hey, what do you run on? Gavelkind? Agnetic Primogeniture. That's alright. I was planning on giving it to somebody who does not hold any claims to any of the places that belong to the Holy Roman Empire. And it's too bad we can't give it to Francia as a gift. It doesn't work like that. You don't give titles to other independent entities. So you must choose... Wait a minute. The kinsman. Yeah. Him. Genius. We now hold all of the Kingdom of France. And that includes this bit. He will be so damn happy with this. And we have to give it away. Because our threat is 78%. So defend it well, kinsman. Duke of Savoy, Duke of Upper Brittany, and now he's on. Just give him the damn title. Quit delaying the inevitable. And give him independence. There. So now he inherits a big part of the army, which it'll get stronger as the days and months pass. So just go to this enclave. I can finally go home. I guess I can create that title. Who owns this piece of land, by the way? Who's your liege? Since I'm in a bit of a gift-giving mood, we'll create the Duchy of Ungvar and give it to the Duke of Galich, who also holds the County of Steve. He's a double duke with one county. Okay. What else? Yeah, we had to get rid of France due to threat level reasons. And that Kingdom title of Magyar, I'll think about it. Of creating that, which means, since it's a titular title, which means I could give it to this person and pick a few vassals to serve under her. Or this guy, who's where? Ah, okay. Or even perhaps create a king bishop, but no, I found out when I did some reading about theocracy vassals, when it comes to qualifications to be in the cardinal appointment, having a king bishop vassal is actually lower than having a prince archbishop. That's how it works. So now let's just go home. We've had enough of this war. That'll be the last time I'll be swinging with the King of Italy. On the ledger. So now the longest conflict has been replaced with the Galician claim on Przemysl. So prior to this, when I looked at the ledger, I should have shown this before we let the hostilities continue. Our war was the third longest. The longest was the Finnish subjugation war with the Yarmia, which I'm sure they got that now because it was under 98%. Yes, it was this war. This was the longest war. And it's finally ended after they wrapped up their Great Holy War in their defense. What have we come to? We're training little girls to be soldiers. This is the age we live on. But I'm not switching it any more health focus. I'm ready to pass. Anyway, I'm sure everyone is mad right now because of the raised levies. Don't be mad. How about carousing? Let's do some small feasts just to make them happy. Of course, there are some that are just too busy. Well, Serbia's at war. Whoever likes me the least, we'll try to invite you. Or I could teach you a virtue or two. Just a few select vassals. It's too bad I can't invite her to court. Yeah, why not? Katerina, you can come too. Oh, and let me teach you a virtue. Since you will be a future ruler in a far future. I can imagine. I believe she got humble. Yeah. I'm just glad it's all over. Let's just go home, do some carousing. Do not fight any more wars. I fulfilled my obligations as a host. Oh yeah. Oh, that's the whole retinue. Increased council power. And our alliance with Sardinia is at an end. Argentina has passed. Now it's a French woman who holds Sardinia instead of an Italian. Okay. I mean, regardless what you think about Katerina, the Sword of Jesus, she will go down as quite possibly the greatest Bosnian ruler, man or woman. And she has a golden mask to boot. So as we said, no more wars. We're just going to live in peace for the rest of life. I've always imagined I would be the first of us to go, but now I'm the one mourning the departure of my dear friend. Never again I will hear. Oh, what is he? Oh, Polish. I will never again hear his jolly laughter or receive his wise counsel. It is as if I lost the central part of myself. I feel so powerless. He's a wicked priest and they call him the Mad. I don't think he would want me to cry. He's like, go, have fun, play. That's what he would be like. Why, God, how could you be so cruel and take him away from me? I could find no relief, no escape from the all-consuming sorrow. No matter how many bottles I empty, all I can see before me is this pale, lifeless face. I'll never find another friend like you. Apparently, I guess it meant a lot to her. But anyways, let's get started. One feast don't hurt anyone. Embargo war again. Good drinks and food. Browsing, everything is fine. Or was fine until King Boris unexpectedly threw a fit of rage. I'm not sure why, but he's coming at me with his fists up. Well, if that's what you want, we beat each other up. Punch drunk. Well, that was fun. Really? In this entire time, we never held a grand tournament. That's because I spent most of my life as a commander. Alright, you're all released. Heroic Empress, nice wit, brave pilgrim, most excellent Empress. Everyone is complimentary. Complimentary. That's easy for me to say. Why not? Before my death, let's hold a grand tournament. Because I am 69 years old. My birthday's on the 23rd, so I'll be 70 soon. The giant is still with us, and she's trained in the ways of being a infantry leader. Good work. As I said, no more war. Rival now, huh? I know I said no more war, but look, I will soon pass. Your rivalry will end with my death, alright? Be patient. I've been informed that Corradino, the Count of Bosnia, requested an audience for me to pay me homage as a tradition of a newly appointed vassal. But you're a member of the Italian revolt. What revolt? Well, send him in anyways. He gives me a charming smile and he bows down to give me his oath of vassalage. I'm so distracted by his chiseled features that it takes some time for me to realize it's already my turn to speak. Is he attractive? Well, he's brawny and shrewd. We are glad for your visit, so just maintain proper formality. Seeing I've made a very positive impression of Corradino. I'm hopeful that after this ceremony we shall maintain a good and healthy relationship, as any liege should with her vassals. God willing. Yelena is enamored with her looks, always trying to appear at her best, always a necessity to keep clean and groomed as an excuse to avoid any tasks that might bother her. Ah, the young, well, be as they are. I'm fine with that. Yelena is a Slavicized form of Helen, like St. Helen of the past. Man, you really want me to do theology focus. Honestly, I would rather do seclude penance just to get rid of my drunkard. But unfortunately, that is not going to happen, because I'm not long for this one. It's too late to go back now. Sure, I may not become blessed, but you can't deny that Katerina will be the greatest ruler that Bosnia has ever had in terms of accomplishment in surviving the worst of wars, even taking a spear to the face, and she's still amongst the living. Increased council power. Oh boy, you probably made him mad as heck. Sure, we'll send our retinue over there, and the Saxon girl will get him moving. Well, not exactly a girl, she's a full-grown woman in her 30s. Hey, it's him. And the winner is Count Milman of Litornice. Aggressive and lightfoot later. Yeah, we're building more castle towns in this new barony of Prozor. Just to make more money before we work on everything else. Matter of fact, we should spend a great portion of that money to the hospitals, I think. Yeah, libraries. All on libraries. Not library. And also, I forgot about the use of the forts. The ruling dynasty of the Saladin Sultanate has been overthrown by the zealous and hard-living tribesmen of the Arifid dynasty. their decadent sultanate has been toppled, freeing any vassals from their bondage to the unworthy caliph. With the sultanate gone, time will tell if the worthy dynasty will be up to the task in restoring authority to the region. Well, Arabia has once again been split apart, which makes a little hard time to try to put together a new jihad with all these scattered forces together. And now Jerusalem is going for Cairo. Yep, they're going to take a good portion of Egypt. One would think they may be able to form the Crusader state of Egypt. We got him. Boy, you probably had a hard day, huh? Also, I don't know why we had the Avar siege guy with him. Should be having a Divnya. Okay. Stop swaying. You already got what you need. So I'm sorry we're forever rivals with Bohemia, who's also my kinsman. Jackpot. Now get the Avar back here. He may be craven, but he's good at sieging. I guess I'll probably die of natural death. Unfortunately, I'm going to die a drunkard, which will prevent her from being blessed. Well, at least she tried. You know, we're talking about self-redemption. Wait for it, wait for it. Alright. Go through this area and attack. Bring her with you. Don't worry about that. It's a prosperous county. It will never be revolted in our capital. Coming out. Should be over soon. Switch position. Don't you dare come in our backyard. Or even through Rosara. Or they just disappear and gone back home and took all the money with them. But speaking of going home, that's where we're heading now. Home sweet home. And remember, can't go anywhere. Because of the defensive pact. Not until the next 92 months. There's a French revolt. Big one at that. For what? Tyranny. Oh boy. And a holy war for Prussia against Norway. Correct. Just making sure you got the symbols right. Wait a minute, those are raiders from over there? Berbers. Oh, they can raid overseas with ships. So now you got a new raider problem. The Berbers. Back then, most of the coast has been ruled by Bedouins. But with the Berbers running the coast, that means they can do overseas raids, like the Vikings. this we must handle. And of course with Ermenberg, if that's how you say her name, she'll go up against them. Oh, faster. Clearing more land. So just 2 more holdings. And that's what I had in mind. A new church. It'll be done in 2 years, which matter of fact I think you could do better. And yes, with the Jewish steward's help, he's gonna help us build that church. So July 25th originally. Now it'll be done in August of next year. We want that church and we want it now. Now bring out the cavalry leader over here. Isn't there another cavalry leader? What commander do we have? Nope, doesn't ring the bell. Bishop of Shribini. I've been wondering, like, what do I gotta do to get rid of that drunkard trait? Oh my. Get out. I'm not saying I really want to be beatified, it's just, hey, at least she did what she set out to do. She did more good in her years than she did bad. Empress Katerina has given up the ghost at the age of 71. She died a natural death. Having horribly disfigured, Katerina spent her last years unable to show her face in public. Death has finally freed her soul from her crippled body. Now, I wouldn't want to say that as part of the eulogy. Let it be known, Empress Katerina, possibly Katerina I, she had in her late teens as princess, she committed adultery with a fellow kinsman, which was just a huge no-no. And because of that, she developed a bad reputation, and she was the daughter of Ninoslav, who was also a man with bad reputation. And while her father tried to keep a major civil war from occurring, and yet during the 5 years when she became empress, revolts broke out, all hell broke loose, but she survived, but not without, the wounds within, and she took a vow of celibacy, because it was enough to her. And she became one of the first people to go on a crusade of Jerusalem, as one of the first to set foot on the Holy Land, and became a crusader. And but however, she took a spear to the face and became disfigured, as you see her with the gold mask, which apparently she might be buried with that gold mask. And then came up with a great conquest, which we all thought she's going to die during this war, like leave off on a pretty bad note. But no, she survived that too. And now, she died a natural death. She died in peace. That's all we can say about her. And now, Empress Petra, a godly woman. Petra is sure to impress the priests with her extensive knowledge of the Bible. Long live Empress Petra. Extensive knowledge of the Bible, really? Not really. She's more into intrigue. if that's what you're looking for. She's currently having a hard diet, and now her heir is Katerina because Nikola, and he's no longer the prince. She's the heir to both Bosnia and Jerusalem. She's the most important woman in the world right now. Next to me. Because I'm in my 40s. Rebellious Pechenegs. As my predecessor was unable to construct enough holdings to reign the nomadic position of Vosviahel, he had no choice but to succeed them in Rome. Karacha and his Pechenegs now rule the area. Well, it's a small Kagan. Not that big of a deal. Well now. And again, she still bears this Bosnian crown, but this is not the true crown that the Empire wears. Yeah, my husband is over there. He's leading troops. He's down in Egypt. Well, I guess you could say is like, well, I have been, the homeland calls, so I must return to Bosnia, and he's gonna be alone in Jerusalem. And if he dies, and Katerina will be the heir to Jerusalem. She might rule Jerusalem. Is that correct? Agnatic succession rules? Yes. Katerina will rule Jerusalem in case if Bogasha is killed by future conflicts. Now the council. Get the Jews back into work. Get back to finishing her church that she wanted to build. That's my focus, Shelby. I know I'm one for intrigue, but I believe that's good enough. I mean, I'm pious enough, so yeah, why not? Maybe I should go for theology focus, just pick up to where she left off. Think of theology as I look around and think. What would Petra be known? Not stewardship, I can tell you that. Hard diet doesn't help either. Well, I know. Oh, yeah, definitely go for theology. +2 learning. Yeah, +2 learning. Should compose a book. Or I guess a book on intrigue. I was thinking for family, but no, I think she would do that. Once she becomes Empress, either Empress or Queen of Jerusalem. You know, keep that crown focus on Verbosna. Maybe we can get one more holding and we'll build another temple. And there's two areas where you gotta decide where you want to put it, but I would rather see Zahumia prosper. So we can get more holdings, and all of these holdings here in the future, there will be cities. It'll be the richest county. And speaking of rich, well, that is gonna be, well, a thing we have to. That piece. Oh! Well, that's one thing Katerina did not finish. She didn't finish that war. Okay, now organize the coronation ceremony. Please don't let it be money. If you say how much, I'm gonna have to borrow some money. No, keep them. What's her learning skill? Decent. barely enough, so yeah, very well. But, however, that's going to cost me more. Okay, borrow some money from the Jewish merchant. Listen, we make so much money, I mean, the income's going to go fast. And, slow down on the reinforcing. So, we're just going to do a dignified ceremony, so send an invitation to all my vassals to join in. Again, I'm rather just a plate train. Castle Town of Prozor is finished, so more money is to be made. Matter of fact, more money. That's what we're here for. Where's that book? It's gone. Magnum Opus is gone too. The Seamless Robe of Jesus is gone. Modest Measures. Oh man. Big penalty. Modest Measures was the stewardship book that she wrote, and it's gone. All that for nothing. Still have the Crusader armor. Which, matter of fact, Katerina, put that on. You're one for Marshal. Maybe you'll be commander in the Bosnian army one day. The guards have brought me some disturbing news. During the night, someone had broken into Katerina's grave. What? As if that was enough, the sick culprit severed Katerina's head from her body and stole it. Oh my god! I'm sick to my stomach. Who would do something like... I think I know who. You! You took her head. You took the head of Katerina. How dare you, Boris? I ought to have you arrested right now. Matter of fact, hey. Nope, can't excommunicate him. As I said, I found the evidence. I know who stole her head. She is the greatest ruler of Bosnian history, and yet the King of Bohemia had no decency. I understand he was a rival, but he didn't think it would go that far. But of course, he's cruel. To make matters worse, he was a Crusader veteran like her. Once I'm done with the coordination, I'm antagonizing you. I'm going to antagonize you until you hate me. Give you an excuse to duel. This morning, a curious visitor came to my court. A wandering scholar who had traveled over Bosnia. After hearing my news of my upcoming coronation, he claims there are many tales of a wise and virtuous ruler I am, and wishes to put his knowledge to my service. Well, I was a commander of Bosnia, Queen of Jerusalem. Still am, just not in Jerusalem right now. Ooh, you're one for learning. Why aren't you a monk? You're welcome. Do we still have that bejeweled dagger? Or is that gone too? There it is. Maybe we ought to give you a weapon one day. My celebrations have been interrupted by heated arguments between Dude Radenko and Pope Nicolaus about the nature of devotion. I should probably put a stop to this before things escalate further. Thanks to my high diplomacy, let me clear things up for both of you. So, befriended at feast. Just still horrified that they took the greatest Bosnian ruler. I kneel before Pope Nicolaus as a host of vassals surround us in complete silence. The Pope blesses me before placing the imperial crown upon my head and proclaiming me Empress of Bosnia by the grace of God. I'm finally and truly Empress. And I wear the same crown as my mother wore. God, they took her head. Matter of fact, in addition to taking her head, they probably took her golden mask as well. Sick! Disgusting! That's it. I'm antagonizing you. Matter of fact, I have a high enough intrigue. Nope, can't do that either. Can't assassinate him. That was from the peasant revolt. But nonetheless, we still make a huge amount of money. Bishop Luca, the Blind. You're second in line, right? Yes. Maybe I should make you ambitious, make it look like I want to be the rightful Empress. That sort of thing. Love doing that. Even if I have my detractors, and it's the only one. And here's the other Katerina, the Countess, the unfaithful one. The church has been finished. This is the Bishopric of Visegrad. An impaler. Yes, the first female mayor of Bosnia is still here. I guess you should get up there. I ain't gonna send him as commander. As good as he is, but damn that man. Put the Amazon around. Holy Roman War for Countess Topaz claim of Salzburg. Here's the Topa. Not sure. I'll look that up in a moment on the claim list. But again, it's the Holy Roman Empire. That is, again, it's not only Schomburg, Bavaria, the papacy, Molina hosting Abbey, Venice, Prince of Burgundy, and the Emperor of what's left of France. Yeah, sure. We'll be there. We'd rather beat him up one more time. So that's them. They're from over there. He's a Saxon. It was a Saxon liberation. That's how he pulled that off. A lot of Saxons still remain in this world. Okay, get back here. Even the Knights Templar have joined against them. Matter of fact, Knights Templar. He's the Prince of Burgundy. I was wondering why Burgundy, but that's him. Interesting. Well, my first war as Empress. But it's a defensive pact war. Because they were doing something stupid. Oh hell, look out. Alright, let's send our best. Yeah, we're on the aggression. And give me the Slovenian girl. Maybe a mistake, but we're beating him. If we capture that emperor right now, then there we go. Reputation supersedes me. We're trying to link up. That's what we came for. And we'll beat that little retinue down there too. always one for learning. It's a mild winter, but it's enough for all of us, I think. Yes. From all the way over there. I thought you were with France. Clearly I missed that. Now we have an enclave up there in... which duchy is it? Picardy. Again, I don't know French as much as all the other languages of this area. Except for Avar. Don't think that I would know Avar. Emperor is dead. Assassinated. Now it's this new emperor. He'll continue his war. Okay, who is Countess Topa? And why does she have a claimant on it? It's not one of your children. Unless it's somebody of your dynasty. No, not possible. It's... idiot! Salzburg! It's for the County of Salzburg. That's her. The betrayer they call. We can assassinate her right now. And end this war early. That's all you need. Look, there are times that I would want to fight, but there are times where, you know, ending wars early is good. Lives will be saved, less money to be spent. My unwed daughter has been indiscreet. She's been hiding her pregnancy from me, now she presents me with her child. What? Let me teach you a thing or two. Okay, I'm gonna do something pretty stupid. Right now. I will punish her harshly and give the child away. Now you're chased. We took that child away from you. And I did become cruel. Just assassinate this person. So hostilities will end. And I'm going to do something that's never been thought of before. You just wait. Wait till that person is assassinated. Alright, my co-conspirator Mayor Radislav has hired someone to saw through the supports of the railing of on a balcony Countess Topa is known to frequent. Someone may soon take a tumble. Look out below! Excommunication war. Ooh boy. They're gonna dogpile on Lithuania. Success! Countess Topa fell on the ground like a piece of rotten fruit when the balcony railing gave way. A tragic accident as far as anyone's concerned. Gravity can be a cruel mistress. There. She's dead. War's over. And speaking of, you know, gravity, I'm gonna go commit suicide right now. The highest balcony in the keep offers on last funeral. That's right. I'm gonna commit suicide. So Katerina will rule, because we do not want her to rule Jerusalem while we await the event. It's about time this young woman must do it right now. Be the new Empress of Bosnia, and she will try to rule. Yeah, I've decided to commit suicide, and I guess I spent my money on a book for nothing. Oh, and one last task. Let me pay off the loan to the Jewish merchants, and now off I go. I had one last look at the surrounding landscape before I climbed the railing and stepped into nothingness. The impact was swifter than I anticipated. Instead of oblivion, I was overcome with excruciating pain. As from 1,000 leagues away, I could hear screaming. I wanted death. Not like this. Not another prison. My plans to end my life been foiled. Now I'm incapable. Curses! Yeah, she's depressed and incapable. She'll pass soon. Not to mention the hard diet she's going through. At least Katerina did not commit adultery. It's just, well, she's no longer a virgin. It's just to teach her a lesson in tough love. Life's rough in the Empire. Ain't no one gonna screw it up. But hey, let's hold a summer fair. We hardly ever have those anymore. Summer fair while I'm incapable. Can't assassinate anyone anymore. Because I'm incapable. Well, we have to skip time a bit more. Nothing happened in the summer fair. One would think, because I broke my legs, or whatever fall that I took, that just put me out of it, into the coma. Missed everything. It was great fun while it lasted. Okay, how about a feast? Oh, right. The realm must benefit from a fast network of contacts that Takefa of noise. If my Jewish chancellor is possible. Somehow he always manages to keep up to date on new customs and latest diplomatic achievements. Excellent work. What, no feast too? It's not time yet. Not busy feasting on things. Oh no, don't tell me I frickin' stuck myself. I'm preparing a large feast. Oh no, it expired. Curses! Oh, Katharina. Soon to be Empress. You're the regent now. Good on you. Now can you please help me? As in, try to kill myself. Help me commit suicide if I can, which, here's an opportunity. Bishop Luka. Oh no, not Luka. Not because he's some Serbian bishop. It's because he's blind. How the heck is he gonna help me commit suicide now, unless I tell him? Oh dear. My body's become a prison. This is no way to live. During one of my rare moments of clear thought, I noticed Bishop Luka is sitting by my bedside. He must help me. Must end it. Mercy! Luka! No more! Please! And you know he's blind. Can you imagine Look, people, just try to come up with the funniest ways in your imagination of how am I convincing this blind Serbian bishop from Bidin um, to help me commit suicide as I lay there on that bed, and then if he's looking for something, I'm like, no, 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 it's this way, no, no, turn to your right, oh dear Lord, excellent work. Uh, okay, my friend Bishop Lucas' hand clutches mine. Now you know where it is. Through the fog of my mind, I hear his voice. Do not worry, Petra. It'll be over soon. A heavy weight presses down on my throat. Weakly I struggle, then I'm no more. Now the endless rest. Damn, did you hear that? Empress Petra has given up the ghost at age 47. She died under suspicious circumstances. A humble woman. She never wanted to make anyone to make a fuss over her accomplishments. A godly woman. Petra is with God now, apparently. Well, she is pious, but I believe she's far from being qualified to be blessed. I don't think there was ever a beatified person or a canonized person that has committed suicide in the past. Okay. Empress Katerina II, a formidable duelist. We expect her to excel in tournaments and personal combat alike. Long live Empress Katerina. And soon she will be the heir to the kingdom of Jerusalem, in which Jerusalem will go to Bosnian Empire. And you lost the hermetic ingredient there. And not a lot of people are happy with what's going on over there. Force is incapable. Avenge! Avenge my grandmother's head! Do whatever it takes to get rid of them. I don't care. Even if they're loyalists. No chance, but I'll try to antagonize him and say, hey, get him to fight me, and I'll kick his ass. Get out of your bed from your coma, and I'll make sure that you die a horrible death. I have no friends and no rivals. Now my younger sister, Yelena. Very well. So now, we have the money. Put the Jews back to work. Start collecting taxes because, you know, we're going to spare no expense with this. Not to mention lowering the threat level by the Chancellor so we can go back to an... Not possible. That's why he's bedridden. He's not incapable. He's just had a bad case of the flu. A real bad case, that is, which he successfully treated. Sometimes I wish I would tell the frickin' court physician to, I don't know, put some, I don't know, arsenic, whatever, on his drink. Even though I do not have the traits that would qualify me of being called a vengeful person. But knowing she is a cavalry leader and a woman of military prowess, it would be natural to think that she would go for war, but she's got lots of knowledge in her. So do scholarship first. But first, coordination time. We're doing this all over again. Pope Leo. Oh, different one this time. Where did you get that? So, popes in the past have that. The original owner was from this trader, which Prince Archbishop, excuse me. Somehow he visited China. You know what? I think he was a mercenary before he became a Prince Archbishop. Because mercenaries have contact with China. So I'm sorry that your wife committed suicide. That's a shame. But what's not a shame is now we have this bloodline that we all inherit now. Has to be matrilineal transfer, but I inherited that now. Much like he did. So, quest of Pope. And my father is still out in... Oh, looks like the Muslims are fighting back. Not doing so well, ain't you? No, not possible. Don't even think about suggesting things like that. You sick person. Dangerous faction. Again, forget about Bohemia. He's not a concern. Who should I start swaying? Italy. He's the big one. Can't sway him because he's a child. So there'll be no threats. I don't think children can join factions, can they? Well, just in case. Serbia. What else? I guess you could be designated regent. Again, just trying to improve relations. We still have all of our good commanders. And I guess Yelena, you can be there too. I mean, you have a military skill, so keep it at that. After we get done with this coronation ceremony, then we'll... Or apparently we can do both. 3 things at once. Well, that's what I call, you know. It's too bad we can't banish you. Because you are leader to the host. Nope, doesn't say. Oh my, look at that. Why can't we banish you? It's a titular title. Shouldn't exist anymore. Where's his commanders? Oh, they're from over there. Okay, you know what? Just put him under house arrest. When that host disappears, we'll try to banish him as a way of getting big money. Huh. Blast! More money down the drain. But I'm still going to antagonize your stupid ass. Eliminate these guys. Well, they'll take care of that. Alright. 450. Alright. Hey. Sorry, Jews, I need the money again. But don't you worry. We're gonna get all that money back. And do not reinforce. For a while, okay? Until we're no longer in the deficit. Lost more. Lost another hermetic artifact. What the? Mayor Bogasha of Yaitse decided to pick a fight with me during tonight's feast for whatever reason. He's come to the conclusion that I'm an ungrateful hypocrite. Look, my mother committed suicide because she saw something in me. She knows I would be a much better ruler than my mother. But I'm sure I could settle this matter. Alright. It's Batalo. Celibate Knight. Who is a misguided warrior. You're welcome. After spending a few days with him, I've come to realize that his devotion goes well beyond the boundaries of loyalty between a knight and an empress. Tonight I pressed this issue with him. He kneeled at my feet and professed his undying love for me. Really? Not married yet. I'll consider marriage whenever I feel like it. I mean, you? You're shy. You're not my type. You're not as pious as me. You don't have any virtues. So can't we just be friends instead? Want nothing to do. That Bosnia night. There we go. I kneel before Pope Leo as the host of Absalom and complete silence. The Pope blesses me before placing the imperial crown on my head, proclaiming me Empress of Bosnia by the grace of God. And here it is, wearing that same crown as my predecessors wore. Yes, my grandmothers were rulers. And yes, my mother had a short reign, but it was just temporary to make room for a possible, even better ruler in Katerina II. Try to get rid of those guys before they disappear. So we can get that host leader. So we can get him banished. And get all that money. Oh, I just realized we've lost control of that enclave. But we still have control of that. So, oh well. Oh, it was due to a peasant revolt. Seems nobody bothered. Correct, right? Conquered as leader of uprising. Yeah, that was a peasant revolt that took that area. Wasn't through independence of inheritance of the rules of limited excluded. Boric, this ugly man, and a duelist, third place. Count Millman, who was the winner of the previous tournament, ended up in second place. And the winner is Duke Coronado III. Yeah, I think I know him. You think you know. Okay, Dubravka is now Queen of Croatia. At least she's friendly with me. At least. Okay, since he's no longer around and I can't sway him. Duke of Styria, I will sway you. Oh, I know you've been Orthodox for a long time, so whenever we're more friendly, you need to go be Catholic because Orthodoxy is not just you. Though sometimes, when I was past my coronation, the good people of Bosnia are still in a festive mood. Glad to finally see their Empress status be recognized by the Church, unlike my mother. It would be nice to see my subjects to continue to celebrate my rise to the throne. It were not for the fact that they were also used this as an excuse to work less. Ah, yes, just like my grandmother with high stewardship skills. So now, We could use the festivity to attract more traders. Get more gold and flourishing trade. I think they're gone now. I don't think there's any reason to chase them. There they are. Marshal Amatsovia. Throw him in the dungeon. Quick, kill them all. Should have put that Saxon woman first. Okay, we got rid of the host. It's gone. But yet, you still persist. Unknown success. That means somebody who's the host of that, which there's only one, honestly. As I said, can afford your own ransom, but why can't we not banish you and get 2,000 of your gold? But I guess it's not to be. Regent of the host. That's a thing. Oh wow. This Bosnian woman named Voislava. Oh my, she's a giant. Well, this marshal knows how to find someone who's willing to serve in the ranks. A giant duelist flanker. Chase. Huh. Wow. Our old friend. Thought Argentina died. Oh yeah, she wants it back. Yeah, she was a veteran of what we call the Great Conquest. The true Second Great War. At any given time, a crusade could be called. Pope got dirty. Isn't there a way I can, I mean, I've seen that option somewhere. Request crusade. We'll say yes. Does that apply to other areas like England? Nope. You can never go on a conquest towards Britannia, except for who they are. They are Cathars, they rule the British Isles, except the way they exist. I think a crusade for Sicily will be likely. Jerusalem is fine, which will soon be part of the empire. He's married to some Greek lowborn named Barbara. He's a mystic. Okay. If that's your choice to women. So we may be possibly considering a crusade. I'm looking around. Oh yeah, hypothetical. No, we can't do great conquests anymore. I believe those days are past now. Well, we can do all this. Alright, fair enough. Again, you can crusade for other areas like Lithuania. Again, that's at your request. And that's just for... Again, should there ever be a crusade, Sicily will most likely be the target. If I request one, unless the Pope does it on his own. So let's just keep going. We'll almost wrap it up here. As I will figure out much money is for book? Yeah, speed up a little. Again, I'll get married when I choose to. I'm still in my prime, I'm still young. Even if I'm chased, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Let me guess. Wait a minute. What the heck is going on down there? Are your patricians fighting one another? Trade war. Yeah, 2 patrician houses, 2 Dalmatians fighting each other. And Vertigo, who is living long, is still. And I guess this guy's going to be the heir to Ragusa. Flourishing trade is still lingering. An unexpected consequence of my generosity. More money. And drop dead, Boris. You took my grandmother's head. You made my mama depressed and killed herself. Guess we can reinforce again. Just a little. Since we're at peace. Ooh, temperate. I hope you enjoyed our frugal dinners. Oh, screw it. Just get him out of here. Seems we can't banish him. How do the stars move? This is just for military bonuses. Should up these. And that too. How do the stars move? Yeah, take all that money and get out. Well, meanwhile, I will compose a book. It's gonna cost me a lot. Should we really need another military-based book? Just because we have those 3. Another one for Tezalovic, but the Art of Love book is gone from long ago, and the Modest Measures book also gone. You know what? That'll be different. I shall chronicle my family history, of course. Maybe I could write a book of, I don't know, St. Helen or Stana the Hammer. Yeah, Grandma Stana. Matter of fact, this is going to be 2 things in common. No. Sister likes me. Well, you're craven. Oh, she could be ambitious anyway, so just make her loner in the room. Oh, you're getting greedy. And she's more diligent. You're the most disgraceful king. Do you hear me? Disgraceful. He has every right to be angry. It's not wise to, antagonize your vassals like that for potential major revolts, but I have issues with him. He took the head of my grandmother and made my mother commit suicide in horror. Oh, okay. A messenger approaches us from the vicar, from the Vatican, from the vicar of Christ himself. He's asking us to prepare our men against the fight against heathens and infidels, to restore Christendom to the lost places of the world. The Pope wants to send our faithful Christian men against Thrace. The region is held by the heathen king of Norega. That's Norway. It is time to return to Christianity once more. Though the Pope wants to invade Thrace, a pious Christian could convince everyone to focus on another objective that is more value to us. Okay. I got nothing better to do. We're a very strong force. As I said, nothing better to do. Although, honestly, I would have preferred Sicily, but I can change that mind. Like my grandmother, Katerina I, the Sword of Jesus. They called her the Sword of Jesus for nothing, after she convinced the Pope and everyone to go to Jerusalem. And look where it got us. Made Bosnia into a prosperous nation. And strong, too. Don't forget about strong. So I will pledge to the crusade. But I would like to have the target changed to... Where is he? Badshah of Hispania. Sicily! Here it is. For these areas. Down in southern Italy and the Isle of Malta. So, Kingdom of Sicily. And I guess we'll do a favor for... Oh no, he's Catholic. I thought he was Orthodox. I thought we were going to do a Byzantine Empire favor. But he doesn't hold any holdings right now. So, although, honestly, it's not my intention to hold Sicily, so we'll let the Pope decide. He can get his land back as a show of goodwill. So, a beneficiary, which there's plenty of Tezaloviches in the world, but who's the youngest and most reasonable? I'll tell you what, not any of my close ones were too, you know. Okay, I was about to say, which one of you is not married? I'm looking at all of you. Maybe Mate. Mate Radislavich Tezalovic. Yeah, just some guy who is from the Duchy of Odry-Jordan, held by a Bulgar. Yeah. Should he ever take over any of those little territories in Sicily, he'll take it. And it'll start in 2 years, in which the Crusade for Sicily, I'm going to just skip a little bit more time. Excuse me. Yeah. Thank you very much. So we'll just pass the time. Again, what does it begin again? 11:53. I'm not cynical, but I am stubborn. Oh, I know what to do with my knowledge. I should join a Hermetic Society. Yeah, put my knowledge or lack thereof to use because I'm diligent, I'm stubborn. Stubborn is good. I'm patient. I do not recall if any of our members from the past were scholars. No. Nobody was ever a scholar. Radislav Stepanich, not related to, well, you know. Well, he's from the Prince Archbishopric of Ostragon. He's their spy master and commander, heir to Kingdom of France. Again, we did not want a crusade for Thrace. That's Byzantine territory. They can handle that. If they can. None of them look like they're going to be targeting this one county in Thrace. Oh yes, the female mayor of Gorazde. Well, I guess still Jerusalem. Starts in July. Okay, now I'm stressed. Although honestly, I really shouldn't. Let us talk strategy. Because I know all about strategy. Must move forward. Oh no, they got this in the bag. The diet of bread and water does not satisfy you. I need something else. Something delicious and filling. I've broken my fast of wine and quail. Do we really have time for that? And are you winning? You have 3,000. They have 4,000. Ooh. Okay. So it's a mercenary war. Yeah, sure. Fine, whatever. We'll participate. It's a trade war. And they're gonna frickin' do a suicidal attack. Wait. Wait till the movement's locked. Ragusa can go kill themselves in Venetia. Well, Venice will be heading to, I think it's Zahumia is what they're going for. And the Doge is there. Movement locked. Assist the guys from Bonda. Made it in time. Again, I'm not leading the front yet. I'll do it when the crusade begins. What are the odds? Doge is captured. Who imprisoned him? Was it from... Yep, the patrician of Bonda. Lancho, the Dalmatian. They got him. So again, we'll skip more time until we get closer to the crusade. That's when I will close the episode, and in the next episode you will see the crusade for Sicily. You're still alive? You're the most disgraceful king! Drop dead, or I'll do it for you. Make friends as you like, but it ain't gonna get you anywhere. Get those guys too, you know. You need to, you know, prepare yourself for the crusade. Fight these guys. Another Bosnian woman ready to serve the country. And she knows siege. Alright. Seems both men and women can serve the Bosnian army as much as they like. I guess we don't need foreign volunteer women, even if it's at Greek Amazon. So, let's beat these raiders again. Give our commanders some exercise. Hopefully they earn themselves in duel. Again, till July 8th. That's when it'll begin. Need a new designated regent, and I forgot to have an apprentice and do these little activities since I've been preoccupied. As that's the case. Yeah, you're my court chaplain. there's someone I know who isn't that knowledgeable, but could be of some use to me. Just in case, my sister, Yelena. You wear that now. What else? What else? Acquire ingredients and write a theorem paper. Oh, that's way over there. Italy can handle that. So yeah, we're ready for the crusade, which will happen on the next episode. So I want you... So... Oh. One. That's it. Alright, one more battle. Alright, boys and girls, hope you're ready. Move to Zahumia. Alright. He finally died from that bad case of the flu. I can stop antagonizing now. I hope, you know... Never thought I would say it in Crusader Kings. Especially to a certain someone who did a very, very bad act. Hope he burns in hell. Hope he's burning in hell right now. For what he did to my grandmother. So, we will stop on... Sense of harmony out there. Stop on June 1st. Good timing. Where we'll be at peace. So, it's Katerina II. 23 years old. Still not married. Which I will make a consideration that I will marry after the crusade. And if I get killed, then Yelena can rule. So, get ready, Zakuans. We shall avenge what they did on that great conquest. And meanwhile, Britain has avenged some of that. Excommunication wars. Yeah, like that's gonna help them. So we hope we see in the next episode. We're gonna go on another crusade, but it's for Sicily, which I think the breadwinner should be someone who rightfully has the claim to the kingdom of Sicily, back to the way it was. Don't know about Byzantine control, but we're doing them a favor. So long for now.